8D next.
I believe we're supposed to file a police report, yes? And all the little things go in baggies for evidence. Is anyone famous buried here, you think? Be careful.
It spins.
Engaging evasive maneuvers. Though dangerous, combat is quite vigorous exercise.
So it starts with R?
Stop right there. You went through a lot of effort to arrange this meeting. But before we go any further, answer my questions. Who the hell are you?
Not 1 foot closer.
I followed the Freedom Trail looking for the railroad. I'm not your enemy.
If that's true, you have nothing to fear. Who told you how to contact us?
Dr. Amari told me how to find you.
Very interesting. Last question. Why are you here?
I need a Courser chip decoded.
You have what? This is not a joking matter.
I didn't know we were having a party. What gives with my invitation? Oh, I see you invited the Courser killer. Nice.
Deacon, you're late. You're saying this intruder actually killed a Courser? Single-handedly? Oh, that'd give even Gloria a run for her money.
Newsflash, boss. This guy is kind of a big deal. If you're done...
I owe you an apology. Anyone who kills a Courser is good in my book. I'm Desdemona, and I'm the leader of the railroad.
Hopefully we can work something out.
What you're asking for puts us in a tricky position.
Des, we need to let him in. He's got an intact Courser chip, for God's sake.
That violates our security protocols.
To hell with that. He killed a Courser. There's no way he's working for the Institute.
We're letting you into our headquarters. You're the first outsider ever to be given this privilege. We'll discuss the details about your chip inside. Decoding a Courser chip is a very delicate operation. A million things can go wrong, the least of which is losing the data. Fortunately, we have the right man for the job.
Hey, Dad. You need something?
Tom, our visitor here has a Courser chip.
Whoa! For real? Oh, man, it's been
Hey,
ages!
don't try anything, stranger.
Right. Some ground rules. Tom can get you the code, but once he's done, we get the Courser chip.
Fine. It's yours.
All right. Tom, make it happen.
All right, little Courser chip.
Don't
Let's
try
have the
anything,
circuit analyzer
stranger.
take a crack at you.
Give Tom time. He'll get that chip decoded.
We're in. Chip accessed. Just poke the analog connectors a little.
So did she make it to the border? I'm still waiting to hear
What?
from Randolph.
Oh man, don't crash. Hold it together. Memory hiccup. Here it comes. Encryption algorithms. All right, we're still running. Oh man, they've added more decimals to the last cipher. This is gonna be... Come on, baby, show me that pattern. Where is it? Wait, they're using the same logarithmic function as the key generator. Oh man, we got lucky. I got you, you Institute bastard, I got you. Come on. Show me that sweet base number. Come on, baby. Then we got it. We got the code. Let me load that onto the holotape for ya.
Good work, Tom.
Hey, yeah, but I'm not sure our luck will hold up next time, Des.
Start working on the rest of the chip. And you, I'd love to work with you more. Let me know if you're interested. But to be crystal clear, if you use that data and discover anything involving the Institute, you share it with us first. Otherwise, our relations will be in jeopardy.
He was by the
There's
goddamn
more
elevator.
going on than you know.
Scarecrow's gotta be
Trust
alive.
me.
Don't try anything, stranger.
Hey, don't try anything, stranger. Hey, don't try anything, stranger.
Hey,
May I be of assistance?
What the fuck was that?
The hell was that?
Radiation should be avoided at all costs. It could damage you irreparably.
Disappearing act, huh?
Be careful. Violent engagement can result in a variety of injuries.
You look like someone that needs a drink.
I'll take a look, sure.
Great.
Wasn't sure I'd see you again. You man it? wasn't sure I'd see you again. You managed to get what you need?
I have the code.
Suppose I shouldn't be surprised. You did get rid of Kellogg after all. Not too much of a leap to take down a courser. How'd you manage to get it decoded?
The railroad helped me.
Oh God, those kooks. I would have expected they'd be too busy trying to liberate vending machines or setting computer terminals free or... Sorry. They just have something of a reputation. You're not the only one who's been busy. I did the best I could. From memory and things I've overheard through the years. Came up with some schematics for you. Wasn't easy. These hands are ridiculous. Fine motor skills have gone to shit. Here's the simple explanation. You need to build a device that will hijack the signal the Institute uses to teleport coursers, and send you instead. You know the craziest part of the design? That classical music station. That's the carrier signal for the relay. All the data's on harmonic frequencies. You've been hearing it all along. I want to be clear that this isn't my area of expertise. I was bioscience, not engineering or advanced systems or anything.
I'm sure it'll work.
For the record, I haven't made any promise, but if you can you? I mean...
I got it covered.
Good, good. Because you've got to... And don't you forget our... It's my only hope. Now go on. Take these and get to work.
Oh, no. The body can repair tissue damage, but still, too much radiation too quickly can prove fatal. Caution is recommended.
Hey,
What? May I help you?
your thoughts?
Oh, I find myself running out of energy every single night, like clockwork. How can I be expected to do anything worthwhile in just
That was all.
Not a problem. Let us continue our journeys.
I need your help with these schematics.
Oh, yeah? What are they for?
These are plans for building a signal interceptor. To get inside.
The Institute? Why in the...
They kidnapped my son.
Damn. Maybe once I deal with... I've had word from a settlement that needs help. Trouble is, I've got my hands full.
What kind of help do they need?
Sounded like the usual. Raiders.
I'd be glad to help.
That's fantastic. By the way, if you want to help out around here at all, talk to Sturgis. I'm sure he'd be glad for all the help he can get.
Hey.
Sturgis.
Thank you for helping us out in Concord.
You willing to do some work?
Sooner.
I'd be glad to help. Just tell me what you...
Well, for starters, we could use some real beds. We've been sleeping on the ground for too long. Just make sure we can sleep with a roof over our heads. Some of these old houses still look solid enough. There's a workbench over there you can use.
Oh, sure. Plenty. One time, I killed a death claw all by myself. No power armor, fancy minigun, just a pipe pistol and one bullet. It's true.
I like it. Having a place to sleep. What we need now is a reliable source of clean water.
I'm on it. Clean water coming up.
Great. Thanks again.
I just want to trade a few things.
Now, the trick with water pumps is to find a good spot for them. Someplace you can dig down the groundwater. Hey, June. You hanging in there?
Oh, well, I guess so. Every day I get up and tell myself, you just have to get through today.
There's something I need to ask you. I don't think I ever told you what happened to the Minuteman.
I figured you'd tell me when you were ready.
Have you heard of the...
Sure. You guys came from Quincy.
That's right. Mama Murphy. I was with Colonel Hollis's group. A mercenary. We were the only a few of us. We never found.
As long as you don't give up.
I'm not about to give. That's why I'm talking.
Uh-huh. Hey, that means a lot coming from you, Garvey.
I appreciate it.
Okay. I'll do it.
Good. Good.
Uh-huh.
Don't worry. I'll be right beside you all the way.
That's quite a...
The leader of the Minuteman has all...
Sure.
Our last leader was General. The one good thing about... Now it's your job. By the way...
Uh-huh.
I've heard that folks at Finch Farm...
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Right. Mm-hmm. Hey there.
You wanted help earlier. Some kind of machine to get into the Institute?
The Institute?
uses teleportation.
Teleportation? For real?
Uh-huh.
If anyone can make heads or tails, maybe you can find out where those bastards are coming from and put a stop to it.
Preston thought you might be able to figure out these plans for me.
Sure thing. Let's see what you've got.
Here you go.
Wow, what a mess. Looks like, encrypted RF transmissions. Okay, so that gets routed through... What the hell? Teleportation. This is some pretty crazy shit. You sure it's for real?
It's real. I got it from an ex-Institute scientist.
Seriously? I didn't know you could be an ex-Institute anything and still be breathing. Anyway, the eggheads never think about the nuts and bolts of actually making something work. But, looks like it's all here. Yeah, I'm gonna need some time to study this thing. The handwriting's pretty hard to make out. But, you can get started on what he calls a stabilized reflector platform. It'll need some pretty high-grade metals, but it's basically not that different than the lining of a jet engine or something like that.
Can you give me a list of what I'll need to build this platform?
Yeah, sure. Here's a list of what you'll need for the first piece. I'm pretty sure we've got all that at Sanctuary, if you want to build it there. While you're working on that, I'll get busy figuring out how to actually build the rest of this thing. Keep in mind, I can already see this is going to take a crazy amount of juice. Like if you had a spare nuclear reactor handy, we could probably use it. And it's going to be big. So find a nice open building site with lots of power available. Hey, Codsworth.
Yes, sir?
You never invited me to tea. You haven't forgotten about that, have you?
Oh, no, of course not, sir. I'm just waiting to find a free day in my schedule.
Okay then, buddy. You keep doing what you're doing.
Sturgis.
Yes,
how's it going? Did you find a good spot to build your signal interceptor?
Yeah. Ready to build the rest of it.
Good. Here's a list of 3 things that may be harder to find. I think I'll meet you over at the building site and see if we can actually make...
Thanks, Sturgis. I'll get right on this.
Good deal. One thing to keep in mind while you're building this, it all needs to be wired together so all the pieces can talk to each other. I'll see you over at the building site. Good luck.
At least it's not raining.
last find the men of science and institutes of learning.
Yes?
Carla,
Hey there. Trading?
I'll take a look, sure.
You break it? Yep.
To survive so many years undamaged, what luck.
Peekaboo!
These defenses are quite sturdy, yes? Did you hear something? The enemy has been spotted. Your pulse and vital signs are still within acceptable parameters. You should wash your hands after that. It can be unsanitary to handle the deceased.
That's it.
It looks quite defensible. to determine whether the surface is more or less susceptible to outbreaks, but a preparation plan is never a bad idea.
Sweet. Hey.
Check your fire. We've got hostiles.
Excuse me, Scribe Halen.
More! Over there! Get him!
Detected unusual behavior. I have survived the hostilities.
Nice.
Check your fire. We've got hostiles.
Playing games with you, huh?
Damn! There was a whole lot less of that. Shouldn't the coroner be doing that instead? Something nearby. Identity unknown.
Aye.
Check your fire. We've got hostiles.
There is no noise at all.
Wish a buckethead would show up. I'd rip his legs clean off. No, I'll wear your...
Brain functions and motor. Fascinating. Have you found something interesting? I believe a really combat operation. boats belong... No drawbridges.
The jet will make you jittery. Guess she was right.
I feel better already, knowing we have a reliable supply of clean water. I hope you don't mind.
Sturgis.
Now, this place is starting to feel like home. Now...
Hey, Sturgis.
Now, this place is starting to feel like home. Now the... This place is starting to feel like home. Now that we can...
I have to make sure this is on the same grid as the rest of the signal interceptor.
this place is starting to feel like home.
I have to make sure this
Now
is
that
on
we
the
can
same
grow our own
grid
food,
as
I
the
think we can
rest of
really
the
make a
signal
go of
interceptor.
this. Everything looks good on my end. You ready to see if this thing actually works?
Let's do this.
You sure? Okay.
Uh-huh.
I'll start scanning for an Institute signal to lock onto. Then, I fire her up and we see what happens. Whenever you're ready. Okay, hold real still. I don't want any corruption of the molecular beam. Oh yeah, by the way, I figured this was a golden opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute and what they're up to. Yeah, this holotape's all set with a program that will scan their network and download anything it finds. Uh-oh. Yeah, we better hurry. And don't worry about that tubing wiggling around. It's, just there for decoration. Okay. Scanning for the Institute signal. Tracking RF. And... got it. Hold on to your butt.
wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I am known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance. I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator. I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. The wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
No way to pick this. Only opens with a key. Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean? Is that really you?
Who are you?
Sean, it's me. I'm your dad.
Father, what's going on? What's happening?
Sean, are you okay? You're not hurt, are you?
What's going on? Father? Father!
Shh. It'll be okay, Sean. I'm here now.
I don't know you. Go away. Father! Father, help me! There's someone here! Help me!
Sean, please, calm down. I'll get you out of there.
Father? Father, help me! He's trying to take me! Father? Father, help me!
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
Father? That's your name? Your title?
Father is my unofficial title. It's what I've come to mean to the people of the Institute, just as you mean to your son, to Sean.
Just help me understand what's going on here.
I promised answers, and answers you shall have. But I need you to realize that this situation is far more complicated than you could have imagined. You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal to find your son. Well, your tenacity and dedication have been rewarded. It's good to finally meet you, after all this time. It's me. I am Sean. I am your son.
How is that even possible?
I know this is a lot to take in. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the son you'd lost. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant, but a 10-year-old boy. You believed that 10 years had passed. Is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10, but 60 years? That is the reality. And here I am, raised by the Institute, and now its leader.
But why? Why take a child? Why take you?
Ah, now that's the question, isn't it? Why me? At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had made great strides in synth production. But it was never enough. Scientific curiosity and the goal of perfection drove them ever onward. What they wanted was the perfect machine. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being. Walking, talking, fully articulate, capable of anything.
So the weird science experiments needed specimens. That's why they took you.
In a manner of speaking, yes. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical starting point, of course, was human DNA. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. In this wasteland, radiation affected everyone. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me, after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
And you've been down here the whole time?
I have. Yes. I know you must have questions. Please. Anything I can do to help you understand.
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
Would you have preferred that I turned him loose on the Commonwealth? At least keeping him on a short leash kept the collateral. The Institute took advantage. Institute technology pull. He never failed. I won't lie. It's no coincidence. What else can I...
Your mother. She never got to see you grow up?
Yes. What happened to her was... I've gone over the records of the incident, of course. It seems her death was an unfortunate bit of collateral.
Collateral damage? She was murdered.
Killed? Yes. For many years.
Sure.
With old age come... But... what else can I...
Right. So you're in charge of the Institute?
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades at the Institute.
It doesn't matter what they think. What matters is what you do.
I'm glad we see it the same way. Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever you've seen or heard, I know I can convince. Just give me time. I know there's more for us to discuss.
Right.
The Institute is on the verge of... I've been a part of something amazing here. And now, after all these years...
You want me to stay here? In the Institute?
Yes. That is what I propose. Is it so hard to imagine? The Institute can provide a better life than anything above ground. You've been in the Commonwealth. You've seen what it's like. I assure you that you are better off with us.
How can you say that? How can you be so dismissive of all those people? Everything they've done?
Because it is the simple truth. And I believe you know it too. I simply ask that you give the Institute, me, a chance. A chance to show you what I've been telling you. We really do have humanity's best interest at heart. Will you take that chance?
Are you sure you want this?
Yes, I am. It would benefit us both to work together.
All right.
Thank you. The Institute is now your home, as much as it is mine. Please take some time, get to know it. Meet the people you'll be working with. You'll want to introduce yourself to the division heads. Dr. Fillmore in Facilities, Dr. Ayo in SRB, Dr. Holdren in Bioscience, and finally Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems. They've all been notified of your arrival, of course. Meet them, and then we'll discuss what comes next.
would need the key.